you with Wion. Stay with us now as we take you around the world in the next 30 minutes. We start with news from around India first. In yet another attack on a journalist, two bike-borne assailants shot at Pankaj Mishra, who works for a local daily in Bihar. The incident comes just 2 days after senior journalist Gauri Lankesh was shot dead at her house in Bengaluru. Indian Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj on Thursday granted a one-window service to Russia. This to deepen the business ties between the two nations. Swaraj is in Russia's eastern port city of Vladivostok, attending the Eastern Economic Forum, where she launched Russia Desk to smoothen the path for Russian investments in India. Brother of underworld don Dawood Ibrahim, Iqbal Kaskar has been asked to vacate his two dilapidated properties in Mumbai. The Joint Commissioner of Smugglers and Foreign Exchange Manipulators Act, Mumbai, has issued a notice to Kaskar to vacate the building as it is dangerous. The police, along with armed forces, is all set to conduct the search operations in Dera Sacha Sauda's CISA headquarters today. Around 5,000 Haryana police personnel, 40 SWAT commandos and 41 companies of Central Parliamentary Forces have been stationed outside the Dera premises. Bomb disposal and dog squads have also been stationed. The Punjab and Haryana High Court has made retired Judge A.K. Spanbar the Court Commissioner, asking him to submit a detailed report on the Dera in a sealed cover on next date of hearing. We go over to international news now. US President Donald Trump on Thursday said he would be willing to step in and mediate the worst dispute in decades among the US allied Gulf Arab states and Qatar. He added that a deal could come quickly. This comes as Trump and Amir Sabah Al Ahmed of Kuwait opened talks at the White House on Thursday. US President Donald Trump's oldest son, Donald Trump Jr., will testify to the Senate Judiciary Committee to look into allegations of Russian interference in the 2016 US presidential elections. Trump Jr. will have a private testimony as he refused to speak publicly. A U.S. appeals court on Thursday ruled against U.S. President Donald Trump's effort to broadly enforce a travel and refugee ban on people from Muslim-majority countries. A 3-judge panel said that the government did not explain why the travel ban should be enforced against grandparents, grandchildren, aunts, uncles, nieces and cousins from the 6 countries. Russian President Vladimir Putin and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe decisively condemned North Korea's missile launch over Japan. Putin reiterated that the crisis around North Korea should be resolved only by political means. Abe said Russia and Japan will cooperate in the future, including in the United Nations Security Council. Pope Francis on Thursday urged Colombians to learn from youngsters and open their hearts to forgiveness. This following a bloody 50-year-old war with guerrillas. He challenged the country's leaders to enact just laws to resolve the causes of violence. Chinese President Xi Jinping discussed bilateral ties and DPRK's nuclear issue over the phone with German Chancellor Angela Merkel on Thursday. Xi told Merkel the cooperation between the two countries plays an increasingly significant role in safeguarding the world peace, stability and promoting joint development. Whereas Merkel said that Germany is willing to communicate and coordinate with China on major international and regional issues. Angela Merkel received Israeli President Reuven Rivlin for closed-door talks in Berlin on Thursday. The meeting came on day after Rivlin attended the official opening in Munich of a memorial dedicated to the victims of the 1972 Olympic Games attack. Britain's Prince Harry made his first official visit to Northern Ireland on Thursday. This opening at $6.5 million, new ambulance service building and meeting with youth at a peace-building organization. The number of Europe-bound migrants rescued on the Mediterranean sea route has dropped off dramatically this summer. Although reports suggest hundreds are still at risk of their lives to cross, more than 200 migrants on board a vessel run by a Spanish humanitarian group were rescued the previous day. Almost 99,846 migrants were rescued on the Libya-Italy route this year, compared to the 1,21,385 in 2016. A sinkhole several meters wide appeared on a busy street in Brussels on Thursday. This led to shutting the road to traffic, worrying local residents. Reports suggest the hole was caused by a leak in underground water pipes. 200 people have been evacuated and the road was closed for safety reasons. French President Emmanuel Macron on Thursday chose Athens' symbolic Nix Hall, which is believed to be the place where democracy was born, to make a speech calling for a braver Europe with stronger governance and sovereignty. Macron arrived in Athens on Thursday as part of a two-day visit to promote investment in debt-ridden Greece. Turkey's First Lady Emine Erdogan and her son Bilal Erdogan paid a visit on Thursday to Rohingya Muslims who took shelter in Bangladesh's Cox's Bazar. This after fleeing violence, and asked for Myanmar authorities to take necessary steps to stop the violence. Turkey has promised to deliver 1,000 tons of food, medicine and clothing to the afflicted northwestern region of Rakhine. Opponents of the Cuban government are putting forward an unprecedented number of candidates for municipal elections in late October. This is the first step in a process to select a new president after nearly 60 years of the Castro rule. Barcelona residents on Thursday woke up to news of a law passed in Parliament overnight, which will allow them to vote in an independence referendum on October 1st. A majority in the Catalan Parliament voted for the referendum to set up a new state under which the Assembly would declare independence within 48 hours of a yes vote. Hurricane Irma's strong winds wreaked havoc on the Caribbean islands of St. Thomas on Wednesday. A video posted on social media shows sheer force of the hurricane's winds ripping apart a shed outside a resident's home. Irma is ranked as one of the 5 most powerful Atlantic hurricanes in the last 80 years. A British Royal Navy ship with tents, vehicles and other relied equipment was directed to the Caribbean islands affected by Hurricane Irma on Thursday. This amid criticism from residents that the British government could have done more to help its territories hit by the storm. The U.S. Senate on Thursday approved a $15,025 in areas affected by Hurricane Harvey and other natural disasters. This along with measures that would fund the federal government and raise its borrowing limit to December 8th. The Syrian government forces broke siege by Islamic State on the eastern city of Deir al-Zor on Thursday. The 3-year-long siege has been lifted when the advancing Syrian army reached the besieged brigade 137 military base. The Syrian flag was hoisted when the advancing troops met with the besieged forces in the base. As Britain's Prince George took his first steps into a new classroom, his principal said he'll not be given any special treatment at the school. The principal of Thomas's London Day School said that the school wanted to provide George with a safe and happy environment to learn and grow. The Shanghai Free Trade Zone, the first of its kind in China, has served as a new testing ground for attracting foreign investment. Attracting foreign investment is one of the main engines driving the country's economic growth. Latest statistics show China remains a major foreign investment destination today. An award-winning group of university students have invented a machine that could change the way people rely on their olfactory sense. The students have created a scent-generated machine that has the ability to find out people's preferences to smell through quantifying their micro-expression. Peru is marking the 80th anniversary of its acclaimed painter Gerardo Chavez with an exhibition bringing together hundreds of his works. The exhibition, Chavez 80, is retrospective that marks the evolution of the Peruvian painter's illustrious career. Chavez 80 will be on show at Lima's museum until mid-November. New York authorities have seized 10 sharks, 7 alive and 3 dead from a basement pool in a home in Hudson Valley last month. Authorities found 7 sandbar sharks, a dead hammerhead and 2 dead leopard sharks in the 15-foot diameter pool. An investigation is ongoing and no one has been charged in the incident as yet. About 4,000 couples from 64 countries exchanged wedding vows in South Korea on Thursday. This was done in a mass wedding conducted by the Unification Church. A further 20,000 couples worldwide participated in the ceremony via the internet. Moving on to some entertainment news now, the Toronto International Film Festival, also known as TIFF, is about to open its doors to press and public. Although the number of films has been pared down and a few venues put out of operation, the festival is still expected to be abuzz with celebrities and films, hoping for Oscar success. To some cricket news now, tickets for Pakistan's match against World 11 went on sale in Lahore starting Thursday. International cricket has not set foot in Pakistan since the attack on the Sri Lankan team bus in 2009, with the exception of Zimbabwe's tour in 2015. Pakistan take on World 11 that includes players from 7 countries and will be led by South African skippers Faf du Plessis.